Whoa, it's the illusion. Whoa, bright sunshine. Reporting from somewhere on Spaceship Earth. I'm stuck in traffic on the PCH, so I figured that would be a good time to make a video. Wow, I'm like 3 days out from being on an airplane down to Chile. I'm super fired up, excited. I'm pumped that I have absolutely no idea what's gonna be going down. All I have done is rented a bed in a co-ed hostel down in Pichilemu. So if any of y'all are watching and you're in Chile, I'm gonna be in Pichilemu. I sure hope I'm pronouncing it right, but I think I am. On Saturday the 30th. Hopefully I'll be getting in the water that evening. If not, I'll be in the water on the 31st. That's me future tripping. I have absolutely no idea if I'll be in the water that day. Surf could be flat, but I've heard it's the most consistent surf spot on the planet, maybe. Anyway, super pumped. Everything's been lining up really well. I've had magic luck getting some new boards into the Dream. I just went down to see my friends down at Aquatech. If you need to get your board fixed, go down to Aquatech. They're in the phone book. They're down in Venice, old school. The boys there are rad. Anyway, I went down to Aquatech today. They had a brand new 6'4" Anderson that some guy didn't like. I got the bro deal of the century. Doesn't even have a ding on it. Got it for $2, dude. New boards are like $600 nowadays, man. Badass 6'4", and I also picked up on the Super Bro deal a 6'10". So I'm taking a 6'4", a 6'6", a 6'10", and a 7'6" down there. I'm hoping that covers my surfing needs. I think the waves are going to be pretty heavy, pretty big. Pretty fired up about that. What else has been going on? Dude, been getting a lot of positive reviews from the Tosh.0 show. I finally saw it. It was pretty classic. I didn't really care for the ending with the I shot my girlfriend thing, to tell you the truth. That was kind of like a weird, sort of creepy vibe. But, the rest of it came out pretty bitchin'. I was super stoked. Tosh didn't make a mockery of me, I can play along as some kid said who typed me a comment. He's like, Tosh is going to make a fool of you. And I typed back, you can't be made a fool of if you don't take yourself too seriously. So, that's my take on it, man. I'm super serious about everything I'm doing, but I got a sense of humor about it all. And that gets me to another point. I noticed a bunch of comments about the weed video. Look, man, I'm not for criminalizing anything on any level, man. I'm a common law guy. Do no harm. Man, I don't dig the rules on any level. But, all I was trying to point out was I think there's a bigger issue going down. And I think that the bigger issue that's going down is anything that makes one group polarized against another group is a failure. Because that's what the negative trip of our system's trying to do, is say that you're wrong and I'm right. Look, I'm not right about anything. All I have is my perception as I see it right now. My opinion may change at any given moment. I'm not beholden to any one stream of thought. And the thing that I've come to realize in life is just because someone holds a value system that is 180 degrees in opposition to my value system doesn't make them wrong. It just makes them 180 degrees different than me. And my answer to all that is to try to walk a mile in their shoes, because they have a different life experience than I have. And if I'm going to cast a judgment on them and say that they're wrong because they feel the way they feel about a certain subject, it's me to fully miss the point of the bigger issue of this experience that we call reality, which I call a dream. I don't buy into any of it. So I think it's interesting that, like, I see a lot of, like, comments. Most of them are all good, but others want to, like, pigeonhole me into, like, any certain way of thinking. And I just don't subscribe to that reality. I am an open canvas, and my data that comes across my screen is I'm constantly reevaluating how I perceive everything. So that also gets me to another thing. Someone had asked me if I plan out my videos, and absolutely not. Like just right now, like, I just turned on the camera because I'm sitting in traffic and had absolutely no idea what I'm gonna jump into. It could be a story, it could be some sort of rant. I try not to rant, man. Ranting, basically, to me, is trying to say that I'm right and you're wrong, and that my opinion outweighs someone else's opinion. Look, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of really, like, lame stuff going on right now, and there's always been a lot of lame stuff going on throughout human history, but I think the problem that we've had as a species is that we're in opposition to each other when we need to come together. That's my whole trip about it all, is to stop being polarized about everything. Like, everything. Like, nobody's got the answer. But the answer is to not have the answer. The answer is to treat everybody else as you want to be treated, to love your enemy as you would love yourself, man, to stop throwing stones when you live in a glass house. How's that for some cliches right there? Just a bunch of cliches. Life is one big cliche, right? So, that's my trip, is like, I've never met anybody yet who doesn't live in a glass house. The only difference that I've noticed from people that live in glass houses who are throwing stones and those who have stopped throwing stones, who have made themselves naked spiritually, not like naked of all sorts of pretense, and live in their glass house unafraid of the world looking at them. And I know that most people who throw rocks from glass houses are trying to stop people from looking at them. It's like, get over it. There's like 7 billion people or something. Like, we have to come to this point where enough's enough, man. We can't be polarized. No more polarization. I guess that's what this video is about, is that there is no right answer. The only answer is to stop being so polarized, to start loving one another, to start valuing each other's opinions, to walk a mile in each other's shoes. And if we did that, we would stop beating everybody up for the way they think and start being like, oh, okay, I get why you think the way you think. Maybe it's valid. If I grew up in, I don't know, South Africa, I would have a totally different skew on Spaceship Earth than growing up on the west coast of California, man. So, I don't know. Let's all just learn to get along. Anyways, the illusion, traffic's broke. I'm out of here.